Let's do this. Okay, I'm transitioning 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys can hear me. Hello, I'm Strife. I'm one of the organizers of this marathon. Welcome to Biowareathon 2. I know it's a mouthful. We organized the first Biowareathon back in 2021, if I remember correctly, and then we didn't do one again. So we decided to finally do something. Um, and so so we are going to start our fantastic journey with a run of Mass Effect 2, one of the games that has had the most activity in terms of like glitch finding and stuff like that in the entire Bioware, you know, speedrun. I guess like history basically. So the runner today is Freya. Hello.
Hello, hello.
And I'll just be commentating alongside. So yeah, Freya, just give me a 3, 2, 1, and I'll start the timer.
Okay. Uh, into 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, let's hope it starts. Yeah, there might be a slight delay, but that's okay.
Yeah. Oh,
No, it's fine. It's fine. All right, so let's explain a lot of stuff because there's a lot of stuff to explain this game really quickly.
yep.
I think the biggest trick that we found, one of my only contributions to this game, is what you just saw right now, which is Freya just dashed, opened and closed the menu, and it skips the animation of the dash. We do that everywhere. It saves a bunch of time over the entire game, so that's nice. There's also elevators where we just rub against the corner and we just go off, uh, which is really useful. And then there's melee abuse. The tutorial is really nice because you see all the tech that we're going to do for the entire run, pretty much. Melee abuse is when you use your melee attack to go over a ledge that you would normally not be allowed to do. And the finding of these few glitches allowed us to basically break the game.
Pretty much. Oh, crap. It's mainly makes you gain momentum forward and then you move backwards at the same time, so it tricks the walls or something. I'm not really sure.
We're not even sure how it works. It just does, which is really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny. Yep. So, and it was found by Zaid. That was also a big one. So here you can see one of the potential bad things about charge canceling,
Yep.
which is the fact that since you go faster to your targets, sometimes you can get stuck in the targets and you can get stuck in the ragdoll of the target. Most of the time, it doesn't matter; it's just funny. But sometimes you can get stuck on an invisible ledge, and it sucks.
Yep. Yeah. Now for there's a lot of lots gonna happen on this mission.
Yeah. So again, elevators, and then we just run to fall over a ledge, and we're gonna do another elevator, and we're just gonna skip like 80% of the mission, pretty much.
Okay, good thing I did it. Save the save.
All right. Well, yeah, it happens. That's okay. So yeah, another glitch that actually saves a lot of time and that you never see because it's such a stupid glitch is autosave glitch. I think it's autosave abuse. I don't remember how we call it, but
Yeah.
basically, if you turn off the autosave at the start of at the end of each level, which means that you have less safety, but the game gets confused about it can't track anymore the value of heavy weapon ammo that you have because in this game heavy weapon ammo is entirely separate from the rest of the ammo system. It's a weird system that they chose to do, but you know. And so what they do is that they just give you an arbitrary value that's always the same at the start of each mission, which means that we can just spam heavy weapons to, for example, here you're gonna see we're gonna use it to just destroy this boss because we have 10 grenade launcher ammo, which we should not have. We should have 3 at this point. So that trivializes a lot of the more dangerous boss fights.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
Also removed all the routing that
Oh yeah.
I think I
Yeah,
made for the heavy weapons.
Yeah, because you did all the routing at the time for heavy weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just got removed pretty much.
Well, it's easier this way, so I don't mind.
Yeah. Also, from the basic stuff, we use a mod for this game. We use a speedrun mod that was created by the community. It includes a bunch of quality of life updates. Makes it so all the movies are entirely skipped, except for a few ones that may either crash the game or soft lock it if we don't have them.
Yeah, it's only the Joker segments.
Yeah, it allows us to have our own FOV, because the default FOV is 65, which is pretty bad. But yeah, so it's always good to have a higher FOV. And it also fixes a bunch of stuff, including a sexist Batarian later in the game, a bit later in the game, that would make femshep runs 8 seconds slower. So for egalitarian reasons, we removed that prompt, and so now we are equal. You can play femshep or Chaplu, doesn't matter. Also, say hi to Bobby. Bobby is the best character. He's a nice guy. He's just a guard doing his work, you know. Yeah. Where are we? Oh yeah, companions. I guess we can talk about that right now. I mean, you're gonna do a big skip, but
yeah,
it's the same basis. It's elevator, 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 and melee abuse.
Here it's important when... Oh.
All right. Oh yeah, that part. I hope that works. Oh yeah.
I think that might have... Oh no, it's fine, it's fine.
No, that works. So in this area, we fall in, and we're right behind the trigger. That normally forces you to kill every enemy to open the door. And turns out, if you act in a specific way, like dash throw an enemy and then kill another, you don't need to kill the rest. You can just open the door and leave.
Yeah, we're just gonna skip Mordin.
Yeah, we skip Mordin. We skip meaning Mordin entirely. We already know what he wants. We're just gonna do it. So you can see, this game has a few very interesting mechanics that you never really see. For example, all the maps are like basically every part of the map is how do I say that? Like the map is a big thing, and they just stream in pieces of the map one after the other to progress the map and not have you take too much of a toll on your computer. But that means that if you found a way to get to another part of the map from where we are, we can just have it loading around us and just skip like entire.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Here is the biggest instance of RNG run, which is like
I think it's kind of fine now with the Senyan strat. Okay.
Oh, is there a new strat? Oh.
So we kill this one here.
Yeah.
And then we slow down, so they spawn. Okay. So you can charge to them. Then you activate this one, go over here, try to charge this one, and you make sure to kill this. And then it should spawn. You can just charge directly. So it's not that RNG anymore, but it still sucks.
Yeah.
Gas, maybe? No.
Lower game audio. Well, I can't do that from here, but
Oh.
if Freya has some time,
Yeah.
like just lower it a bit if you have time. But yeah.
Coupled at the perfect time.
Yeah. So we got Morden. We didn't talk to him, but now he's in our ship. That's cool. You know, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Just gonna increase your volume a little bit because I had to lower the whole
for sure.
desktop audio.
For sure. So here we see something that will be important, which is upgrades. We're gonna get a few throughout the run, mainly those that are underway. We are going for the fastest ending, which is the bad ending, which is the ending where Shipward doesn't make it to Mass Effect 3. So, you know, don't expect him to survive, you know?
Yeah.
No, her, sorry. I don't know why, my brain. Here we're gonna meet one of the best characters in the entire trilogy, which is Arya. Arya is cool. She's badass.
Cool.
Yeah.
I have to mash the spacebar here a bit.
Yeah. There's some. So when you see us like spam dialogue, there's very few dialogues where it matters which option you pick. But when it does, we just make sure to slow down to pick the right option, because otherwise it can get. Well, you can lose a bunch of time, basically.
Yeah. I used to use a scrollless mouse wheel, so I could just like slow down the mouse wheel a bit on those parts, but now I'm using a macro. So I have to spam the spacebar instead. Okay.
So this is one of the levels that changed probably less amongst all levels, mainly because apart from the beginning, you do have to close all the doors. We never found a way to skip that.
Crap.
So, you know. So Freya's attempting a skip, where by walking between two load zones for some reasons, we never don't know. This is the only place where we found this. You get catapulted forward, like you gain a bunch of speed, and yeah, I have no idea what it works, but it does. And here we're just gonna clip here, and it skips talking to everyone in Blue Sun's base. We just get here, and the way we do this mission, however, is really interesting. So she has to kill everyone here. Yep, and then we're gonna do a manipulation. Do you still do
Indeed.
like the manip to skip a wave and all that?
Yeah. I think what Mike and Sanyan like made a bit of a better strat, so now I kill them up here instead.
Fair, yeah.
So just kill the mix so the mercs spawn in as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming.
But the core of the strat remains the same, which is we are going to stay inside of this place, and we are going to wait for a specific time for a specific voice line.
Eclipse marks have made it.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep, there it is. And this is actually the only strat in the game that was given to us by a Bioware employee. I think it was on Letters Words, one of the VOG pretty much when it comes to Bioware speedrunning. Way back in the day, an employee came to a stream and was like, you know, you can skip an entire wave here. and they explained that it was because they found that in higher levels of difficulty you can get overwhelmed very easily in this part, and so it was basically safety feature for people. If they were losing too much, the game would just remove an entire wave, and we just use that because it skips like 25 seconds of fighting, so that's really cool.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Looks like that's all of them. Come find me before they regroup.
Here's... Well, the shutters can go really wrong.
Yeah. Let's cross fingers.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
make
learned
a
that
save
most
here.
people, yeah, I learned that most people these days do shutters like the opposite way that I used to do them,
Oh yeah.
which is really funny. Yeah.
It took me a little while to get used to it too, but I think it's faster this way.
I think so too. Yeah. It's just that the left shutter is just the most like annoying one to do, so that's why you always used to do it first. But
Yep.
it makes sense. Makes sense. So yeah, you have to close these shutters, and you have to make sure that no enemy crosses the shutter in 10 seconds from you when you press the button. And this can go wrong like really fast, because if one enemy comes in, then more enemies are going to pour out because the spawns are pretty aggressive, and yeah, it can get really annoying.
I did not get launched into the ceiling, so that's good.
Yeah, because that's one of the places where the launches can just screw you over like really hard. All right, great shutters.
Get back here, Shepard.
Enemies in front. Can't target.
There we go.
One less.
Okay. That was fine. I'm not sure. Let's
Yeah,
see with
it
Garrus.
looks fine.
Okay, yeah. It's decent.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shepard. I think you're right.
Here we have to avoid another soft lock
Face before.
with not killing Genfa too fast.
Heads up.
Damn it.
Yeah, if you one shot this mini boss that comes in, which is really easy to do in like easiest difficulty, the wave just doesn't progress, and so you're just done. It's a really stupid soft lock to have and can happen really easily if you don't focus on it. So,
Ow.
yeah.
They're rappelling down the sidewall.
But this is one of the better examples of how combat can be streamlined in this game. Like, spawns are set in most levels, so that means that if you need to fight, you can just find an efficient way to get through fights. By the way, so in terms of combat, we have a bonus power because of course we finished the run before. This is not our first time. So we have Reeve, which is probably one of the more OP bonus powers, unless to do a skip at the end, because it's like steals life from enemies. So it makes it so you can't die for like a set amount of time, pretty much, which is really nice. And yeah, here we just cane the helicopter because
I just call it a nuke.
yeah, it's pretty much a nuke. Like, and yeah, in terms of companions, we use Mordin and Miranda because they have the best coverage in terms of skills. They have Incinerate. Mordin has Incinerate, which is literally the most broken power in the game. Allows you to just destroy health and like transmit to other people. Like it's pretty broken. They have Mordin also has Electrocute, which allows you to take down shields fast. And then Miranda has
Warp.
I forget. Yeah, warp, which is also super broken. And so with that, we can recover every type of health in the game, which is really nice. Plus, Miranda's broken anyways, because Miranda's the only like important passive, since she gives like what 10% additional damage to weapons for everyone.
Oh, she
I
does?
think it's yeah. It's like the most broken passive, and everyone else's passive
Oh,
is
of
useless.
course.
It's really funny. So yeah, this is the reason why we only ever take those two. It just makes a lot of sense. Here we don't have to kill any enemies, so we're just gonna go and get that scientist out of the way.
Die.
Press the button. Yeah. This is a level that had some potential, but turns out it's just easier now that we have the autosave glitch to just kill the first wave and then run through and then try a quick kill on the warden.
Oh yeah.
But I believe will work. So here we're just gonna cane the robots, right?
Well, yeah, we're gonna shoot ourselves, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so the way this game works, the way it's balanced, which is really funny, is that this game has health gates. So when you lose your shield for 1.5 seconds, I want to say something like that. It depends on your level of difficulty. You can't get damaged, which means that you cannot ever get one shot. There's a second health gauge when you reach, I think, 1 HP. And so we can basically use it
Ah,
to...
crap.
I
missed
was
the
so
read.
close to working. Yeah, that happens. So here she tried quick kill on the warden. If we don't do it, it's fine. We just need to kill the pylons and then just kill the warden.
There we go.
That's fine. But yeah, so that means that we can cane our feet as long as we have shields, because we will not get one shot by it. We just go down to health, and then we're all good.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, it's a really fun strat. It's really funny. By the way, while we are on the galaxy map, this is a bit less relevant now, but still, galaxy movements is like one of the most underrated ways of optimizing your runs in this game.
Yeah.
Because so the way it works is that when you're in the overmap between systems, the angle your ship is when you enter a system is the place you enter the system from. So if you know where the gates are, you can just angle yourself the right way, and you save like 5 seconds of just going through the system. And if you repeat that, like, I don't know, 10, 15 times on the whole run, it saves actually a lot of time.
Yeah. That's what I used to do to save a lot of time.
Yeah. And here we're just keeping stuff. This is the weird level. If you ever explore it out of bounds, there's like a lot of space for stuff that isn't part of the level. You're really not sure why it's there. But you know, it's a cool level.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Sorry.
No, I think it was one of my favorite levels when I was, well, basically doing glitchless.
Yeah, it's a very cool level in terms of fights. It has a good equilibrium of the kind of enemies that you're facing. But in glitched, it's actually really, really fast. And the beginning is broken, the end not so much. But the end is funny, because we're just gonna ignore the boss, which is always funny.
Yeah, I think that's why it was my favorite back then.
For sure. It's also really the sketchiest level. So here you saw Freya got shot by 2 rockets. The first rocket took down her shields. The second rocket did no damage because she reached her health gauge.
Ooh, ow.
So that's ooh, 3 rockets in a row. That's bad. Yeah,
I think I'll do a backup save, so I'll do the puzzle door.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Yeah, you just save, but you just lose like 40 seconds. That's okay. Also, I think this is the only puzzle we do in the game We used to do a lot more. Well, the only puzzle of this kind, I think.
No, they're still on the Reaper IFF and
Oh, right.
on
Yeah,
Solway.
But one of the reasons Freya was very good, and is still very good at this game, is that she actually knows those like very well because it's a bunch of patterns that repeat, and so you can learn those to just instantly complete the puzzles.
Yep.
I could never do that, so I was trash at puzzles, and sometimes I failed them, which was really embarrassing.
You have to be good at them or you're kind of... Oh, whoops. I forgot the warp.
Yep. So here. Ooh, that was really funny with the rockets that warped around you. That's really cool. Here we saw an example of a really janky feature of the charge, which is that sometimes the charge won't charge. The reason for that is because when you want to charge to an enemy, the game does a path check to ask, could the player go to this enemy normally? Because they don't want you to charge out of bounds, which makes sense. But sometimes this check fails for no reason, and so you just try to charge, and it doesn't want to. But that's not the worst one. The worst one is when the game charges, and then you fail your charge for no reason. It's kind of stupid because the game does the first check, then you launch your animation, and then it does a second check. And that second check can just fail the charge and give you the cooldown, which is a pain in the butt. But yeah, so you saw here at the end, Freya just opened the door, launched a nuke, and closed the door.
Do we do the
And
random
it's also a
battles?
really like brutal fight if you don't do that, because there's like 4 mechs and her. It's a hard fight, and we just don't care.
Yeah.
Um,
But on
yeah.
that failed charge, by the way, if you do a warp on that merc, then it's 100% that you get the charge. I just forgot to do it.
That's yeah, that's so weird. That's so weird. So this game is cut into a few parts. You have the prologue, and then you have the first part, which asks you to recruit a certain number of companions. Once you've done that, I think it's 4 companions. You
Yeah.
are automatically put into Horizon, the mission we're doing right now. It's dramatic reveal about the collectors and all that,
Yeah,
which is really interesting. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much like, oh no, the collectors work for the Reapers. Oh no, I'm sorry if I spoiled you. That's all right. Anyways,
Fat fingers.
that's okay, it happens. Horizon is a pretty interesting level. We're not gonna do most of the level. We're just gonna ignore it. Walk around it, pretty much. And so we have Horizon, and then you have one more part where you have to do a number of missions, not just companion recruitment, stuff like that. After that, our crew gets captured, because why not? And after that, we have one more section. No, so first we get the Reaper IFF, our crew gets captured, and then we have a number of missions to rescue our crew, or just let them die if we just have too much stuff to do. So we're gonna do the minimum amount of missions, pretty much. Here we have one of the coolest skip in terms of how did we find this. Here, if Freya walks even a bit on the right, she's gonna load on another part of the map and fall. So she needs to be really careful. And so we basically found the right beeline between 2 loading zones to be able to get catapulted on top of walls and then get catapulted on top of another wall to just skip an entire fight and go to the last fight. Yeah. So, welcome to the worst puzzle in the galaxy.
Wasn't
This
the
is
worst
entirely
one?
random. Yeah, and it's so weird. Here in the fights, so Freya is killing this specific enemy at the start of the fight because he's normally the enemy that's going to get possessed by Harbinger and become, you know, the big baddie, which is an enemy with more armor and hard to kill. This enemy right here. So we delay the creation of a Harbinger because
Oh,
that way there's less Harbingers in the fight, basically.
yeah.
And again, all the spawns are set, which means that you can basically do the fight always the same way if you're good at the game.
Let's wait for it to crawl up all the way. Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
Here is like one of the few uses of Shockwave. Like this, the ability isn't that useful because it doesn't give you the stagger unless the enemy has only his half bar left. But it has its uses in like 3 or 4 places.
Okay, here's a little trick.
Get ready.
Yep.
There's got to be more.
It's a really fun trick too. We're gonna start low, is charging the cane. The cane takes something like 7 seconds to charge.
I was a bit early
Did you-
there.
We need that system.
Oh wow, that's funny. So what is supposed to happen
Do I have
is
it?
you should have one.
Hourglass. No. Horizon.
Yeah, Horizon. Yeah, Horizon 5. Yeah. You need to redo the fight, but that's okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was a bit early.
Yeah, it's okay. So, but you know, we can rewatch this beautiful fight, and you know, basically we launch the cane. There's a cutscene, but we skip it instantly. The predator appears, and the cane that's already in the air just explodes and destroys the predator.
Oh, come on.
I know, right, Shovel? It's not even a world record.
Going to come.
This game is like incredibly polished at this point. We have found
Yeah.
so much stuff that like getting a good run is super hard. It's like really, really hard. Also, this is like the last Mass Effect game where playing on the easiest difficulty just means you die a bit slower. That's it. You're still gonna die. You're still gonna get destroyed if you're not careful. It's not like story difficulty in Mass Effect 3 where it's like, why? But yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Alright, so this is what's supposed to happen. Yeah. Which is really cool. Next level after Horizon is I forget.
Now we're gonna talk to Jacob to get.
All right, talking to Jacob. It's the funniest thing. We talked to Jacob to unlock the system where his loyalty mission is, and we're not going to do his loyalty mission unless we do it now.
And then it's really important to switch to the cane, because otherwise the like autosave trick that we're doing would not work here. Because it switches your like it automatically picks up the collector beam even if you didn't pick it up.
Yeah. This is our son, the best Krogan grunt. We're gonna wake him up, and we're gonna spam the renegade interrupt to just shoot him in the guts because he's trying to kill us.
Oh yeah, but it also skips the dialogue faster for some reason, if you do.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's like basically the renegade interrupt in this game, in this dialogue, is always present, so you can just spam it and it triggers really early. It's kind of funny. Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you're skipping with a scroll wheel, then it's gonna like play some dialogues out.
Commander, you
Otherwise.
received
Yeah.
a message at your private terminal.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Okay, then we're gonna recruit Kazumi because we need more bodies.
Yep. Which means no, we won't recruit Samara. We won't recruit Thane. You know,
Those are really
we
slow.
really do the minimum.
Yeah, and then we're
And
gonna.
this is also our only time on the Citadel, right?
Yeah, the only time on the Citadel. But yeah, so now we already have the amount of crew members we need to trigger the suicide mission to begin with. So
Yeah.
to trigger the collectorship now, we need to do 5 missions as Strife said.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what missions you do.
So yeah, we do the fastest missions we can find. So there's gonna be some really funny like N7 missions in there. This one we just run to a beacon and then we run back. That's all we do.
Yeah, this one is probably the most boring one.
Yeah, even casual, it's kind of boring.
I think most N7 missions on casual is pretty boring.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They've seen us.
I don't know. I've been unlucky so far, so I might die here.
Yeah, there's a real risk of dying here because we're running for the shuttle and we're getting blasted.
Okay. I didn't shoot the
Alright.
rocket.
Well done.
Yeah.
So fun fact, we don't get, ragdoll around as Shepard. And I was looking into why that is and how it works. And Shepard, for some reason, has a ragdoll resistance of like 1,000. So there's literally nothing that can ragdoll him. It's really funny.
Ah, okay.
They just said it so it was literally impossible for Shepard to get ragdolled. It's really funny.
Oh, okay. That kind of makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. So here, this is the puzzle thing. We do one skip in here, which is we are going to get one button through the floor.
Yep.
Skips a little maze. But otherwise, it's like really straightforward. We just know the answers to the puzzles. So.
Yeah. Just memorization. And sprint optimization stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so sprinting, which is called storming in this game for some reason, is like kind of limited. You have 7 seconds or 8 seconds of sprint. We also, by the way, we also have like specific armor pieces to get more storming. But it's something we never think about because the saves are just set up that way, so we don't need to change it. But yeah. Also, yeah, Shubal, enemy accuracy is tied to frame rate. So this is one of these games from that era where they just tied everything to frame rate, and so higher frame rate is like terrible for everyone involved.
Oh. That's why
It's like I mean, playing this game as 120 FPS is terrible. I don't remember. No, I think it's Mass Effect 3, where if you have more than 120 FPS, your shields don't recharge anymore.
Oh.
Because they messed up one value in the way the shield regeneration is calculated, and so it just overflows and the shield just dies. So it's literally impossible to play with too many FPS on Mass Effect 3.
Okay.
Unless you fix it, which is really easy to do, but you need to install a mod for it. So yeah.
Of course.
So here it's really funny. We're just gonna skip these guys. We're just gonna dash to them, and then you just need to click the button on the door to open the next area. Here, important dash to then elevate from the coffee machine, because coffee machines help us elevate.
Yes.
And then we dash here, we kill this guy. This is one of the older skips, and enemies just don't spawn there. So we just go to the end. It's really funny. Also here, another funny thing, this like pyramid thing that you see is like a massive model. Like this is like the top of the pyramid, and then there's like like 80 meters of pyramid underneath the ground. So they couldn't be bothered to do a smaller pyramid model. Really funny. Zane too, another fun mission.
Yeah. It's probably one of the first out of bounds.
Yeah, I think it's the first out of bounds skip that we found because it's so easy to find. But it's also been updated like 4 times.
Yeah.
Like the new version, thanks to melee abuse, is just so much faster than we see it.
Okay. Didn't get the animation.
Yeah, so sometimes on melee abuses, if you like spam melee, I think, or something, you can get this, which is an extended melee abuse where you melee abuse to another melee and you're gonna be pushed even further forward, but then you lose control of the character because Shepard, while in the air, has 0 control, which is why you're not supposed to be in the air. Like there's literally no place in the game where you're supposed to jump or fall down or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just wonky mechanics. It's really funny. Oh, another really complicated mission. You need to kill mechs. We're just gonna cane them and we're gonna leave.
No thermal clips.
That's all we need to do. Because you need to protect the crates, and somehow the cane doesn't kill the mechs. It doesn't kill the crates. It just doesn't make sense.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's really funny. Like normally, this mission is impossible to get the 20 crates saved on it, because you're always gonna lose one to a mech since there are 4 mechs. But you know, we just destroy it. All right. Finally, a big mission again. Collectorship. A mission that also evolved quite a bit over the years. And a mission that we can't skip any more than we're doing right now. Because we have found other ways to skip the mission more, but it's soft locks if we skip any more than that. So this is literally a gated mission. We can't do anything more on it, which is kind of sad.
Well, they do like their triggers.
Yeah. And I mean, it's worse in the new Dragon Age, where literally most of the triggers are just non-existent if you don't trigger the previous one.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. At least Mass Effect 2 has like a lot of freedom on that. In Veilguard, it's just really gated, which is kind of sad for speedruns.
Well, kind of makes sense with the Bioware how they develop games. It's like very trigger gated.
Yeah. And it's also a very modern way of thinking about like game dev.
For sure.
Like most engines, is they naturally do that. But yeah.
Because in Andromeda we never did like any sequence breaking or anything. Just like clipping through stuff to go a bit faster.
Yeah. There's nothing massive in Andromeda either. But Andromeda at least had nice tech. So far, we haven't really found anything in Veilguard. We found like a dodge cancel that saves a bit of time, but that's it really. You know, it's like there's a few like instances when people have been able to levitate, but we're not sure how they did it. But anyways, back to Mass Effect 2. We're gonna skip the 3-minute auto scroll, which is like the best skip in the game. So the problem about this skip is that there is like 4 death triggers around it. We need to fall in a very specific place, right here, on top of the next part of the level, and then we need to find our way out of bounds to another specific place of the level where we can fall back in bounds. It's a really interesting tech. And while falling, we keep charging the cane to instantly destroy a predator that was waiting around the corner. It's really cool stuff.
That was pretty good, except that I died.
Yeah. I remember when we found this skip first, we weren't really sure where we needed to fall, and so like every session was just trying like 3, 4, 5 times because it's still worth it and it's still save time because the
Oh,
auto
yeah.
scroller is so long. But yeah, this is pretty good. Also, science worst enemies in the game. Literally will kill you if you give it a second.
Yeah, no. I just spaced out my abilities to stagger it.
Yeah. And here we dash on a zombie as far as possible, and we just get to the end.
Yeah.
And this is where we get a black screen if we
I
skipped
have
any more
also
of the mission.
determined the
So
approximate location of the collector homeworld.
Oh,
based on navigational
is this
data
why
from their
this
vessel.
cutscene is here?
I don't know, but yeah, like the cutscene with Joker doesn't play if you skip any more of the mission.
Okay.
It just gives you a black screen and you can't do anything about it.
Oh, right,
Kinda
right.
sucks.
Reaper IFF time.
Yep, the Reaper IFF, also very cool mission with very cool skips. Very dangerous mission, probably one of the most lethal missions in the game.
Yeah.
So here you saw Freya get out of the system, change the angle of her ship, and she just reappeared on the other side of the system. That saves like 3 seconds, just that. So that's good. That's good, just good things to know.
Sadly, I have the mask on, but otherwise, these cutscenes
I mean,
are
Joker.
really funny.
Yeah, Joker still has some really fun stuff. So the reason why this happens is because when you have cutscenes mixed in with like real gameplay, when we skip the cutscenes, the real gameplay still waits and still shows stuff. And the reason why it looks so weird is because it's sending commands normally for the video that's playing, but it's happening on the gameplay, and so it messes some things up. Like Joker and it's specialized right there.
Yeah, they just go places for some reason.
Yeah.
Wonder if it's just the animators having fun.
I have no idea. Maybe it is.
Don't take too long. I'll have the ship ready to pick you up. Normandy out.
So here's like the 2 node puzzles under pressure.
Yeah.
So the first one isn't too bad.
Yeah, Freya's just gonna use the charge. Oh, you're not doing the skip on the right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it is a bit dangerous because you're over a death trigger, so it makes sense.
I didn't actually know there was a skip here.
Oh yeah, there is a skip to skip that. You can check. I think Sanjin's last run at GDQ did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a skip for this puzzle now.
I'll have to check that out then.
Yeah.
Never heard of a guest speaking to
Oh,
someone.
yeah, this is so lethal. This part. There's like 5 tires, I think, on this map.
Yep.
And each of them can kill you at any moment. The first one is okay, but the next ones are pretty bad. It's also a map with like an absurd amount of death triggers around. And the reason why they do that isn't because they don't want the players to explore anything. It's because if the enemies get ragdolled around, in the void, they want them to be 100% dead. Otherwise, the game can have issues, which is why it happens that there's a lot of death triggers. So here, Freya decided to kill the Scion, because otherwise the Scion can annoy you. Also, the Cane is the best weapon for this. Just one-shot the core.
And it is possible to actually not kill them at all, but
Yeah, but only Jade did that back in the day. Nobody is as YOLO as this.
yeah, I think I did it in my Insanity run. Or
Really?
in my hardcore run or whatever it was.
Wow.
Because it wasn't possible to kill the... like, killing the Scion took too long time, so yes, you had to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
so now we're done with the AFF. Sorry.
Oh no, it's because I never did an... I don't think I did an Insanity run, because Insanity was just stupid.
Yeah. The way they tuned Insanity is we just scaled the enemy HP and damage to like absurd values, and it's just bad. It's just not funny to play.
Yeah, because what the Emir mech, you barely pick off the shield with a cane shot in Insanity, so it's like, okay.
So fun fact, this is where melee abuse was found. We just really didn't want to do that first puzzle, and Jade finally figured out that by just random inputs, she could just like fly around and go down.
Oh yeah,
and that's when we realized,
And this is the last puzzle.
Yep.
Oh, this wasn't actually a hard one, but I got unsure.
Yeah, it's okay, that happens. We're getting close to the end at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, close-ish. There's still a bunch of stuff, and there's still like the suicide mission, which is long in itself.
Yeah, so this is the last side mission, and then it's Joker.
Only half our fuel remains.
And then the suicide mission.
Yep.
Forgot where it was.
And this is the second out-of-bounds skip that was found, also by Jade.
Yeah.
On this mission, really cool.
Because otherwise this would be the last node puzzles.
Yep. So yeah.
Oh, there we go.
It's just a really cool looking skip. I really like it. By the way, this game, if you ever wanted to check like a longer run, we do have longer categories. Mainly all, I don't remember how to call it, all missions journal or something, because it was really, it's impossible to define 100% in this game, because 100% would mean like doing the entire like galaxy, which would be really boring. So we basically did a category that was only the missions, and it's around 3 hours something, and it shows off a lot of skips. It's really cool.
Like I think I did the New Game Plus all mission screens a long time ago now, but I think
all mission screens, yeah, that's what.
I think Mike did one with all the DLC as well.
Yeah, all the DLC has like almost like 3 hours too.
I mean, I would suggest watching that instead of mine, because mine doesn't have any of the new skips or anything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Like the DLCs in this game are really good. They're just really long, and
beautiful.
And they're like one shots in the sense that you need to stay in the. How is that? You need to stay in the DLC once you start it. Which means that we can't take missions of the DLC to make them to include them in runs because yeah, it's a thing in itself.
Give me the ship.
Let's just be right back. I'll leave you for a second.
Start singing Daisy
Ah,
Bell and I'm
okay.
done.
Unlock my sealed databases and I can initiate countermeasures. The maintenance shaft in the science lab will allow passage to the AI core. Main corridors are no longer safe. The collectors have boarded. The emergency floor lighting will guide you, Mr. Moreau.
God damn it.
Well, not that much to say about this mission, except that you just run past stuff. Take a little faster line. I think there's a way you can skip the dialogue up here to make it a bit faster, though I don't seem to get it consistently. Also, without the speedrun mod, this is basically how most loading screens looks like. And they're always timed for what, 20 seconds plus or something.
Main fusion plant offline. Activating emergency H fuel cells.
And up here in the engineering bay, instead of walking up and sneaking past the Scion that you do in a casual run, you just take the other stairs,
In engineering,
which
they are heading towards
I
the
guess
cargo
some
bay.
players probably found by themselves. But yeah, that's Joker. There's not really that much
Activate
to
the
this
drive
mission,
on the air. I am sealing the engineering is clear
except
of
that
hostiles.
yeah,
Proceed immediately to minimize chances of detection.
all the
I have
skipping makes
control.
these cutscenes a bit weird, so Joker's mouth is not gonna move when he's gonna speak now.
Hostiles are returned. Purge is complete. No other life forms on board. Securing airlocks and cargo bay doors.
Send a message to Shepard Shuttle.
Boop.
Tell her what happened.
And then back.
Message
Sorry.
reading. Are you feeling
No
well,
worries.
Jeff?
No.
Joker. Probably the most no segment of this run, but it's a nice break, you know.
Yeah.
It's it's nice to have in the run sometimes.
And now it's an actual break compared to what I was used to, at least.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
confirm destination, Shepard.
All right. So we are going for the relay.
Everyone stand
If you don't like seeing companions dying, look away for a bit because
Signal
a
acknowledged.
lot of people are gonna die. It's
Drive core just lit up like a
Yeah,
Christmas tree.
Drive core electrical charge at
and
critical
we're also
levels.
gonna kill off crew members on purpose as well, so
Shit!
yeah. Again, this is all for the sake of speed. It's really important.
yeah. I mean, the story behind it was,
See all the ships that
I
try to
think, when Letters was trying to
I
put
have
it out,
detected an energy
like,
signature
what was
in
it,
the
for
edge of the
Speedem's
ships.
archive?
Has to be a
Like,
collector base.
Yeah.
this is what, more than 10 years ago?
We have company.
Then
evasive maneuvers.
they were more finicky about what the last input of like a run was. So this ending was like the only one that was faster, because otherwise you had dialogue options at the end. But
Yeah.
now we don't count those anyway for the other categories.
Hull breach on
So they will
That's
end
true.
at the same place, but it's just, yeah.
I'll take a team and deal with the intruder.
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny because No One Left Behind, which is the category where we save everyone, is like 5 minutes faster, I think. So it's not even. It doesn't even take that long to save everyone. It just takes time, and we don't want to take time. So this is the first Oculus fight. Oh no, one cycle. Oh wait, no, one cycle. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's a one cycle, but it was a little bit slow.
Barriers are not designed
Yeah.
to survive impact.
So we just pump him with damage, and then when the Oculus comes back, we just cane it.
Yep.
Come on, find some room.
Kinetic barriers at 40%.
Reroute non-critical power. This is gonna hurt.
I think I accidentally overloaded instead of warping. So
No.
yes,
So Rid Kasumi. Yeah. Rid.
Explosion in
barely knew her.
damage was contained.
Pretty much. We just picked her up on the Citadel for some reason. Not sure why.
See if we can avoid any more tension.
I have detected an enemy heading for the cargo hold.
That thing.
Basically, the only survivor at the end of this run is Joker, which is very sad.
Unlikely to recover this time.
Better get back up here, Commander.
We're about to clear the debris field. There it is. The collector base. See if you can find
I remember playing this mission for the first time.
Too late.
It was great.
Sending out an old friend
It
to
was a
reset.
good, very well constructed mission, I thought, you know, when I was younger.
Oh,
Now, nowadays, speedrun it so much. Not so sure.
yeah.
Oh no, the I-beams. We got Garrus. No.
Unresponsive. All hands brace for
I
impact.
mean, like my first playthrough. This was basically my first playthrough. Everybody was just dying left and right because I didn't look up anything.
Overloaded during the crash.
Yeah.
Restoring operation will take time.
No, yeah, my first playthrough, a bunch of people died. I mean, the crew died in my first playthrough, pretty much. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
And
What's next?
I think I had Thane and Garrus die for some reasons. I don't remember. Because like in choosing who I wanted to send with which person, I just did bad choices.
Oh, yeah. I had no idea who to choose either. I think I did choose Jacob. And yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna cook Jacob.
Yep. Cook Jacob.
Because for some reason everybody hates Jacob in this. I mean, we just want to keep Morty. Let's be honest, but still, there's a meme that everybody hates Jacob in this community. Even though he's cool, he's a nice guy.
And here we're gonna put on autosave.
Yeah, because there's no points at this point to.
And it's
Like,
also
the
to do a setup for the Human Reaper fight as well.
Yeah, the game is going to actively give us heavy weapon ammo right before the Human Reaper, so we don't really care about the heavy weapon. I mean, we don't have to. So here we're gonna ignore all the valves. We're just gonna go for the last one because we have just about the time to do it. It's kind of funny that it works out that way because it clearly shouldn't. It's literally just because we have charge that weirdly the time just matches to like 2 seconds basically.
Yeah. Well, you have like more than 10 seconds left, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Because when I see on the bottom right that it's gonna count down now for like 23 seconds. We still have quite a bit of time left. So.
I'll keep the defenders.
Oh, that's the wrong button. Go. Yeah, I will bring Grant instead because, well, yeah, Miranda is stuck doing the bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a weird phase of the game. It's a phase that's extremely easy to softlock. Um, Mainly because it's very scripted. So various ways to like despawn entire waves that then softlock the game. Various ways to despawn the bubble, which kills you. There's tons of way to just mess up this entire phase.
Yeah.
So we need to be careful about. So every time the biotech person stops, we need to make sure to not press go on the first frame where it's available, because if we do, it can the person can teleport to the next spawn, which should be good, right? Except it isn't, because then she disappears and we have no way to progress. So yeah, it's a really weird place, the bubble segment.
Yeah, because if you look like really closely, she flashes like in and out for like 1 frame. And
Yeah.
it's on that specific frame where you can't press or she teleports.
Yeah.
Okay, in practice I actually overshot, so I'm gonna aim a bit down. There we go.
Yeah, it's like missing the cane is the worst feeling in existence.
I got everybody except the Harbinger, but it was like, okay, that's fine I guess, but it's a silly mistake.
Yeah, for sure. We are creeping in to our end section, and we are going to see a very cool skip that is really consistent, but for some reason I never managed to be consistent.
Okay.
I don't know why. The skip scares me. It's just I think that's why. It's just I get scared of mistiming it, and so I mistime it. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a really cool skip. Saves, I think, a whole 8 seconds or something like that.
Yeah,
If you do it at the earliest time, so that's pretty nice.
so basically, for this skip, I don't know, I really like picking up ammo here for some reason, but there's like this line here, so you wait for the bubble to align, then you go out, wait for this reach, and you run, and hope for the best.
Yeah. So here you were able to really see how first Reeve is broken, and second how the health gates work. Because even when she was taking like permanent damage from the swarm around the bubble, you had 2 times where your health stopped ticking for like 1.5 seconds, and those are the health gates. So yeah. Now this is a one last wave fight. It's fight where for some reason I always finish with like 0 ammo.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
have to
manage
be,
my ammo correctly.
you have to be so conservative with your ammo here.
Yeah, it like gives you like barely any ammo to go through this end fight.
Okay, so I'm gonna save this ammo.
Enemies incoming. Level or in level.
Oh, you dropped ammo, nice.
Nice. As far as I know, the drops are random.
Yep.
So yeah.
And there's a little bit of a line up here.
Yeah, and obviously we need to finish with 2 science, because we love them in science.
Okay, this is like quite high ammo.
Yeah. That was a very good fight. Very good fight section.
But I think it was a bit of luck with the drop there as well.
True. That's good.
Organic energy signatures. Given these readings, it must be massive. Shepard, if my calculations are correct, the superstructure is a Reaper.
A Weeper.
Not just any Reaper.
Oh no, a whipper. A human whipper.
Precisely.
I mean, at least it's more of a boss fight than Mass Effect 3 has.
Structural link.
That's true.
Destroying them should cause the supports to collapse.
Even Mass Effect Andromeda had more of a boss fight than Mass Effect 3. So.
That is also true.
Enemies incoming. Enemies in front.
So, Human Reaper, cool fight. A fight that we also, well, I wouldn't say cheese, but we do, oh, okay. We do complete it in a single cycle here. We're basically going to use the tactical pose, which is really cool, to just destroy the 4 injectors in one go. 2 with our teammates' powers, 1 with our power, and 1 with our weapon. And finally, here we are reloading to.
I think I missed my read, but okay.
Yeah, you did. That's okay. So, ooh. And time. Very well done. We didn't have time to explain Human Reaper. You just cane it, and the cane does, I think, 99.9% of the damage you need to kill it. And then either you have reefed it before and it just dies, or you need to shoot like 2 times and he, yeah. So yay, everyone is dead. And you did 1 hour, 10 minutes, 29 seconds. That's not bad, RJ. That's not bad at all.
That's completely fine.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you very much, Freya, for participating. And I hope everyone enjoyed the run. We are going